Hey guys, Ashley with Techno Buffalo. We're going to talk about the T-Mobile keynote today. John Legere, the CEO, says he wants to redefine a stupid, broken, arrogant industry. So, did he? So the T-Mobile event was held today in New York City. It just ended. And a lot of interesting things coming out of there. I've got some numbers available. LTE is now across 116 markets and covers or reaches 157 million people. So that's pretty good. Definitely a faster rollout than we've seen from the likes of, say, Sprint, which actually T-Mobile kind of was going for the jugular on Sprint there. They were a lot harder on Sprint than the other two major carriers. And then they went on to talk about two-year upgrades. So the big news out of this keynote or this event was that they are starting what they're calling the JUMP program. It allows anybody on T-Mobile with a paid plan to pay $10 a month instead of the $8 for current insurance. And this $10 a month would then enable you to, every 6 months, upgrade your device. Because this $10 a month covers insurance now, you'll have to pay a deductible, whatever that is, for your device before you're able to upgrade. So let's say in 6 months you drop your beautiful iPhone 5 and the screen cracks, but you want a new iPhone 5S anyway, so you bring it in, you gotta pay the deductible on that phone, and then you would pay the $99 or $199 or the $299 depending on what model and what hard drive size that you wanted for your iPhone, if that makes any sense. I know T-Mobile likes to say these things are simple, but they rarely are, especially in the US carrier industry. So we'll try to explain this as best as I can. Now let's just say that you've had a phone for 5 months and you go, gosh, I had this iPhone 5, I just got it, and 6 months later now the iPhone 5S is out, I want to upgrade it, but there's nothing wrong with my device. You can do that. You can now walk into a T-Mobile store, and if you've been a member of the JUMP program for 6 months, you can trade in your iPhone 5 and get a 5S, or you can upgrade to any phone at subsidy price. So you can't just trade. So you bring it in and then you would pay, let's say, $99 for an iPhone 5S, for 16 gig iPhone 5S. You'd be able to do that. So they want people to know that they will pay the same amount as a new customer would. So if you consider it that way, it's not a bad idea. I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot to be said for the quickness of phone releases compared to our upgrade cycles, which are crazy slow. I will agree with CEO John Legere on that. Nobody wants to wait 2 years to get a new cell phone, and a lot of times things happen to your phone. You lose it, it gets stolen, you drop it in water, all these things happen, and you have to deal with kind of a broken phone for a really long time if you don't have the money to pay for an unsubsidized device. So this is a very interesting thing that T-Mobile is doing. On the subject of phones, T-Mobile talked about exclusivity and the Sony Xperia Z, so that's a really interesting device. If you want to check it out, we have an unboxing on the site. And before the event, they also announced that the Nokia Lumia 925, the variant of the 920 that is available on T-Mobile, will be going on sale for $49.99 if you're a new customer or if you have a paid-off device and want to upgrade. So really interesting stuff happening over at T-Mobile. Really excited to see what they do in the next coming months. I want to say that obviously we're going to have more LTE rollout hopefully, and I'm really excited about the JUMP plan. Are you? Are you going to use this? Is this something that you're interested in? I personally think these 24-month upgrade plans are crazy. I feel even worse for you guys in Canada who have to sign 3-year contracts. That is nuts. So hopefully this will change the game. I'm not sure if it's going to change the way consumers deal with carriers or the way carriers deal with consumers. That kind of remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, at least somebody's trying to change the industry. So kudos to T-Mobile for that.